Hello Cancer, welcome to your reading. I'm Lisa, this is Rooted Souls Tarot, and this is your reading for the next 6 months. So what's happening with you for the rest of 2025? We're going to have a little bit of a look. I've got these lovely Herbiary Oracle cards, and I've got the Goddess Guidance cards. I'm going to find you 2 of each, and then we are going to delve into the tarot and see what's going on with you for the rest of the year. So, integration. Pay attention. Okay. And we have siege, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate and contemplate. Butterfly maiden, transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Right. Integration. I feel like this is about how things fit within your life. Like we all have, well, like the spider's web in the middle there. Everything's connected, isn't it? And if one side of the web gets pulled, gets touched, then it affects what's going on all around the rest of the web. So I think this is how everything slots together within your life. I've got the pay attention card there. So that's a little bit of a, keep an eye on things. I think that maybe the structure of your life, how it is at this current moment, is going to shift. It's going to change. You might well be you that's making these changes, but there's definitely some changes coming on about the way that your life is structured at this current moment. I'm hoping that they're going to be much, for the better. And I think actually this pay attention card is, you need to make changes or the universe will do it for you. We've got the Butterfly Maiden, the transformation card. It's coming, I think. This transformation is coming, and I think it's to do with your life as it looks right at this moment. Maybe you're really stressed and hectic and everything's just like a lot, and it's like a pack of cards, isn't it? You just knock one thing and it all falls down. I think either you've got a lot going on or maybe you've not got enough going on, and you need, it's an extreme of some description, but you're needing some peace, some quiet time. This is a lot and it's not working for you, and I think it's making you stressed, whether it is that you're doing too much or too little. Whatever the situation is, it's not serving you in any way. And like I say, I feel like it's either you make the changes or the universe will make the changes. Let's have a little bit of a look, Cancer. Right. I do hope I said Cancer at the beginning of the reading. I'm just thinking now, did I say Gemini? Anyway, it is for you, Cancer. This is yours. Okay. Right. The High Priestess. Justice. The 5 of Pentacles. The Tower. What did I say? The 6 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups. Right, so the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about being in a deep connection with oneself, with one's intuition, with one's higher self. She's very psychic. She's very connected. She uses these skills to help her to move through life. And I think that's where you are at the moment. I think maybe your intuition is telling you something. Are you listening? Are you paying attention to what you're paying attention to what your intuition is telling you? I do hope so, because we always end up, putting ourselves on the right path when we listen to our intuition. Right. The 8 of Wands. It's about swift movement forwards. It's about things, the energy just being aligned, everything flowing the way that it needs to, everything in alignment. You see how everything's just in alignment there. And so I think if you can connect with your intuition now, because this is like the beginning of the reading, this is like June now. Each card is roughly for a month. So if you can connect with your intuition, if you can realise what it is that you need to change, where the transformation needs to lie for you, then things are going to be a whole lot easier. We've got the Empress. She's very nurturing. She's very creative. So maybe this is about you finding creative ways to shift things, about being creative, about creating new structures within your life, new ways of doing things. But certainly, if nothing else, the Empress is very nurturing, she's very loving, she's very compassionate. So that's not a bad thing to sort of, embrace for yourself, obviously for others. But again, she's very divinely connected. Look at all those stars on her crown there. So she's again deeply intuitive. She's very connected, and so by nurturing that connection that you've got with yourself, following your intuition, you're going to move yourself forwards in a more aligned, in a better way. So we've got the Justice card next. The Justice card, obviously, it's about doing things the right way. It's about finding balance as well. You see the scales of justice in his hand there. Finding balance, keeping things equal, keeping the energy equal. And so if things have felt quite out of sorts, if things have felt like, they're not in balance, this is a little bit of a nod to maybe things finding their balance. If you're going to work with the energy, you making proactive moves to bring, more balance into your life. Knight of Swords. Strength. The Knight of Swords, he's on a mission. He's on a mission to find out stuff, to gain knowledge, to gain wisdom. And so I think this is you trying to figure out stuff, hopefully trying to figure out how you can improve things, how you can make things better. Or this could alternatively be you just flying forwards, not paying attention to what's going on around you and just keeping going. But I am hoping that this is you to find it. You're on a mission to find ways to make things better, to restructure things, to gain more insight, gain more wisdom on how you can shake things up a little bit and make your life easier. It's the old work smarter, not harder. Strength. It's about being strong, about you connecting to your strength. Really, maybe being a little bit firm with yourself. Because, it's very easy to just live life by the seat of your pants, isn't it? And just let everything just be chaotic around you, but you're just on a mission. Everything's not too dramatic and everything's not too stressful. So you're just keeping going. But you need to have a little bit of a word with yourself. It's not the chaos and the stress and the way things are around you at this current moment. The structure, the way that life is at this current moment is not working. And I think it's something you've got to sort of be strong about. You've got to, you've got to really make changes. And like I say, I feel like if you don't make the changes, if you don't find the strength to eliminate the things that aren't serving you within your life structure, then the universe is going to come in and do it for you. So we've got the Five of Pentacles there. The Five of Pentacles is about lack. It's about lack of money, lack of health, lack of love, maybe, something tangible, lack of home. And so I'm thinking this is very much related to this whole integration thing, the way that your life is set out. There's something that you are lacking because of the structure of your life. If we look at our life as if we put it on a spreadsheet or on a PowerPoint and we look at our life as a whole, is your PowerPoint going to be like, does it maybe not work on paper? Do things feel quite chaotic? If you were to get somebody who was outside of the situation to come and look at your life and you would say, can you make this better? Would they look at it and go, and try and, and be able to just create new ways of doing things so that your life flows better, that is more in balance and that is easier? if the answer's yes, then there's something maybe lacking within the way that the structures are within your life. So, you know, it's about finding the weak points and trying to improve them, try to make things better. Because this, you know, we all go through phases of life where things just aren't quite right, don't we? Where things just feel a little bit messy. I certainly have been through a few of those phases myself. And some people are actually more prone to it than others. You know, I've got friends, I've got relatives that's really struggle to keep organisation. You know, I'm a Virgo. I generally, it comes a little bit more naturally to me. But you know, it's easy for us. Oh, sorry, that's my old elderly cat. She makes this weird noise. She's come to try and break and enter into my office. Apologies. Yeah, it's Lucky. Shh. Yeah, it's about just trying to make life easier for you, basically. And like I said, it's very easy for things to spiral out of control at certain times, especially if you're feeling out of sorts. If you're not feeling strong physically, mentally, then it's easy for the parts, the structures of your life to feel a lot and to maybe not be as organised as they could be. But I think this is a real transformative energy. Obviously, we've got that butterfly maiden transformation. I think this is a shift, this is a change. This is a change that although might feel, when I'm saying it, feel quite small, it's going to have massive benefits and an impact on your life, this transformational stuff. Let's see what else we got with that Five of Pentacles. The Hierophant. The Three of Cups. Okay, the Hierophant is about tradition. It's about structure. It's about boundaries. And this, I think, is maybe what you need. I think maybe the tradition thing might need to go out the window, because the way that you've always done it, maybe it's just not working for you anymore, because it's not in alignment with who you are. It's not in alignment with your life anymore. You know, life changes, doesn't it? You know, we're single one minute, then we're married with 3 children, a house and a husband or a wife, and you know, a lot going on. And the things that worked for us when we were single don't work for us now. And so I think it's all about creating new structures, new boundaries, new way of doing things within your life. And this is opportunity that you're having at the moment. It's a blessing. I think this is hopefully something that is intuition led. Obviously, we spoke about your intuition. This is something that you're driving, that's something that you feel that you need. And it is a blessing. It's meant to be. It's the way things need to be. And it's going to make a massive difference to your life. We've got the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is about celebration. It's the right thing. It's the right thing to shake up these old ways of doing things, to create abundance rather than lack in your life. Abundance of, you know, it's not just money, it's love, it's time, it's ease, it's so many things. And I think this transformational time that you're going through, or having the opportunity to go through, to restore balance back into your life and to create a smoother existence, essentially, it's totally the right thing for you right this moment. And I think your life is going to benefit from it in huge amounts. Right, we've got the Tower. So, as we were talking about before with our pay attention card, it's up to you whether you move with this energy. And sometimes the universe will give us opportunities, give us hints, give us, nudges, give us ideas about how we can make our life better. And then sometimes when we don't listen, I've had many of these moments, let me tell you, where I've ignored things and then the universe steps in and it clears the way. It takes something away from us, either of a material thing, a job, a business, a relationship. And at the time, it seems dreadful because it's a shock, it's come from nowhere. But within an hour or two, the day, the week, the next week, you suddenly start realising that actually this was the best thing that could have ever happened. That thing, that situation that came from nowhere was an absolute godsend. I love the tower moment. I love tower card because it just sets us off on the right path. I've had so many situations where I've thought this is terrible. Then a little bit later, I'm like, thank God that happened. I wouldn't have met this person. I wouldn't have ended up in France. I wouldn't have met this person. You know, it's massive. So we've got that tower card here next. Let's have a little bit of a look at what's going on. So this tower coming in, clearing space, making space, setting you off on the right path. Let me try not to drop the entire deck. Okay, Cancer, what is this tower about? The Three of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. So the Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. It's about collaboration. So I'm thinking that this opportunity that you've got, whether that is from the tower or whether that is you shifting things, is going to open up, and it's going to be necessary to involve other people. Some people don't like working with other people, and I get that, but I also think that we don't know how to do everything. We've not got all the knowledge, we've not got all the skills, and I think by opening ourselves up to working with other people, we can, you know, we can help ourselves hugely, and we can move things along massively. So I think for you to really get the benefit out of these changes, this shift that is happening, this transformational energy that you've got, I think you're going to need to involve other people. And like I say, it's people that maybe have got skills that you haven't got, that maybe think in a different way, that are going to bring something to the party. Teamwork makes the dream work. And I think that's going to be something that's going to be part of your life near, you know, in the second half of the next, so the last 3 months of the year, the last quarter of the year. And it's going to open you up to having choices. It's going to open you up to be having choices about where you want to take things, how you want life to look, where you're going to go now, what's, you know, ahead of you for the future. Where do you, you know, physically, where do you need to be? And so the tower card, or whether this is you, whether this is, you know, a shift within your epiphany in your head, whether this is an actual physical clearance, this is going to move things along for you an awful lot, and it's going to open up new opportunities for you, and it's going to empower you to be able to decide where you want to go next. And I think it's going to be with the help of others. So we've got that Six of Cups there. The Six of Cups is about the past. It's about family. It's about younger you. Let's see. Time in the past when you were happy, or you were happier. That's the time that felt good for you. See what cards we got going with this one. Right, we've got Temperance and the King of Pentacles. Right, I think you're starting to, and I've said this to literally everybody this week, you are starting to connect to old you, to the way things used to be. And I think the way things used to be for you is a place of balance, a place of feeling more grounded, more connected, more grounded in reality, and literally just balanced. And actually a little bit protected. I'm thinking that maybe for some of you, you know, the way that things have been has been to protect yourself in some way, to help yourself feel safe. And now you're getting the opportunity, this transformation that's going on with you at the end, well, throughout the next 6 months, is one that's going to bring you more balance. It's going to help you to feel more connected, safer, more secure, and that's and more abundant. We've got that King of Pentacles there. And I think that comes with the safety and security. I think it's going to bring you an abundance of whatever you need. And I think you are going to feel nurtured and looked after. And I think things are going to feel the way that they used to feel, the way that you used to feel. And I think things are just going to feel more balanced, more peaceful, more serene, and more abundant. Okay, so we've got the Four of Cups as our next card. That is generally the card of not being happy with what's in front of you, of not on the things that you're being offered. So let's have a little bit of a delve into this. Five of Cups, Judgment. Right. I think by the end of this year, things are going to have shifted. Things are going to have shifted and transformed an awful lot. Obviously, we've just seen had the Tower card, and with the Tower can come a sense of loss. It may not be a feeling that you keep for long, but I think it may well be for you by the end of this year, maybe December ish, certainly the end. You're maybe going to be feeling a sense of loss, a sense of maybe I'm not quite happy with the way things have turned out. Things have changed, things have shifted, and I'm not sure whether I like this. I'm not sure whether this is what I'd hoped for, this is what I wanted, and things just feel making me feel just really not happy. But the thing is, this has been it'll be a transformational journey for you, I think, this year. Obviously, we've got that transformation card there. We've got the Judgment card, which is about personal transformation, about you showing up in the world in a completely different kind of way. And so I think it's all about focusing on what you have rather than what you've lost, because we've got that Five of Cups there. The Five of Cups, he's busy looking at the three cups that are spilled over. He's ignoring the two cups that are behind him. So it's about changing your perspective and actually just trying to take a little bit of a step back and look at the situation as a whole. Look at the situation as a whole and see the good things that you've got going for yourself, and actually stop him focusing and pinpointing the things that maybe weren't that good for you, maybe didn't work, that maybe used to make you happy but actually don't anymore, and just embracing the new possibilities, the new potential things that you've got in front of you. And I think if you can do that, you're going to be moving into 2026 in a more powerful, strong position. You're going to be different. Things are going to be different. I think rather than I think there's going to be some personal transformation within the rest of this year for you. But I actually think it's more about the stuff that's outside of you. And I think the changing with the structures within your life is what is going to make you feel, is going to change you, basically, on the inside. But it is positive and it's necessary, and it's getting you on the right path, Cancer. So try not to stress too much, try not to worry, try to just go with the flow, follow your intuition, connect with that lovely energy of the High Priestess, of the Empress, that feminine energy. They're both very fertile beings, they're very creative beings, and I think depending on whether you choose to embrace that energy, you can decide and define how the rest of this year is going to look for you. But there's going to be some big personal transformation by the end of the year. It's bringing great blessings. The Butterfly Maiden says so. So I'm going to leave it at that. I won't waffle on any longer. If this resonates with you on any level, I'd love to know. Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep up with your readings from me. It'd be lovely to have you. And in the meantime, you look after yourself, stay open, stay rooted, stay magical, and I will catch up again with you very, very soon.